Hello there, Taurus. Welcome into your weekly reading for the week of March 17th to the 23rd, 2025. Let's jump into some elemental oracle and see what the week is going to look like for you. To begin, for Taurus, certain small adjustments throughout the week, I'm getting very randomly, are going to help you greatly, okay? I was sitting on the other side of this picnic table starting your reading, and it just felt like the messages were accurate, but I just felt off, okay? And there was something else, disturbing me. And so I just literally shifted to the other side of the table, and I find that I'm reading much smoother, a lot easier. The messages are being conveyed a lot more clearly. And so I find that this is going to be a week where, once again, little adjustments, little switches are going to help you greatly. And I want to say part of that's going to be you adjusting your perspective and your focus in moments where you're maybe reflecting too much, overly focusing on the imperfections. It just feels like there's also going to be certain levels of bad energy and noise factors playing into it. I'm sure you can hear the background. But it is a week where you will find, by the end of which, your life feels more put into place, more improved, while there's still going to be levels of improvement and change, adjustments that you already know stepping into this week, and more so realize and desire, by the end of which, that aren't meant to be fixed, created, implemented until a later point, if that makes sense. But the rock card, endurance, it feels like you're thinking of yourself in this way. While other people are viewing you like this rock in their life within a situation when it comes to it, at times more than you realize, but it feels like you're looking at yourself in a very secure light, and you're thinking, well, I show up and I put in the work. You know what I mean? I show up and I, give it 100%, if not more. I find that you're also thinking about respect and lack thereof, which, for some, undermining is what I'm hearing, even undervaluing taking place. But they want you to, again, try to minimalize the focus upon these slight, if not full, negatives within your life, because it just feels like you have a lot going for you at this time, and it's at times not the easiest, or just doesn't feel doable in the moment to focus upon the positives. You know what I mean? But being drawn to this tree, I feel like it's going to be a week of growth, of connecting to nature in moments of importance. And it just feels like you're going to be thinking about your roots, whether it's more so, say, your family lineage, your family tree. It could be more in regards to, where you came from. But, say something, for example, like this channel, this business. It could be literally anything for you where you're thinking about the foundation of it, the roots of it, and how that's suiting you, working to your advantage, and that absolutely could be playing into the growth that we were mentioning for you. But we're moving on to the voice card, speaking your word. And so I find that it also is a week where you're being reminded you're a true manifester, because I just heard speaking your world into existence. So again, that's tying back into how you wish to see your world, your path changing more so moving forward. But it is absolutely a week where this card is saying very specifically, you might feel a bit melodramatic at certain points, and I wouldn't be surprised if other people are feeling this way as well, randomly throughout this week period. But again, you're getting your voice out there, because it is absolutely important for you to do so, where at times it may not feel the easiest or doable to get it out there, but remembering that when you're meant to actually express something, when you're meant to maybe share something selectively, you absolutely will. And if you stumble upon your words, or you can't find the right wording, or you're just not maybe feeling it's easy to get that message out there, or that wording out there somehow, then just know that it will happen in divine timing. And there's something off in that moment that feels like it's preventing you. You're going to as well be vividly dreaming throughout the week for a lot, where it almost feels like there's a lot added to certain dreams that maybe is to be labeled as unnecessary, where there's one specific message within the dream or within at least part of which, where they're saying, let's not overcomplicate it, overanalyze. Just trust your intuition, okay? But the West card talking about completion. You're going to find that this is a week where they're saying completion leads you to feeling more relieved, happier. I mean, that makes sense, right? But it almost feels like you're thinking about at least one situation in your life where you're wanting an earlier completion than is realistic or meant to be, or both. But they're wanting you to realize that even just like new beginnings and continuation, you walk a very purposeful path where completion as well in smaller and bigger ways is going to be happening in a very purposeful way, or ways at divine timing. Let's move on to the tarot portion of your reading. Okay, so the number 3 is significant, as I was just drawn to. I'll show you the booklet for the wisdom, the Mystic Mondays Tarot. Almost said Wisdom Oracle. Interesting, that may play a role in your week somehow. But can you see the 3 eyes here? It feels like this is a week for you where the number 3 is significant. But it's almost as if in 3 significant ways at certain random points throughout the week, you're feeling like your third eye is more than open. Okay, but if you think about 3 eyes, you have 1, 2, and then your third eye being quite open at this point along your path. What else do we have for Taurus for this upcoming week, Taurus? Okay, there's a lot stemming from you and your actions, your levels of completion that you're creating, that is even more than meets the eye, if that makes sense. That was horrible wording. But we're moving on to the World card and the Sun card, both major arcana. So Taurus, it's going to be a week where you can't help but feel, okay, special. But there's happiness to be created unexpectedly when you're out and about, when you're doing something that you weren't planning on doing. There's certain levels of world evolution and development at this time, change, that you are needing to notice so that you can feel happier in the moment. You know what I mean? Think about how much you've changed recently and how that should be feeling satisfying, excuse me. There may be as well a focus upon popping back up of a random song that you listened to growing up, okay? But also I want to say it's a week where there are moments of true peace and serenity. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is more so in regards to your solo time, being in your hermit mode. But it also feels like there's moments where, say, you're working with others or you're hanging out with people and you're at least somewhat, if not fully, disconnected in this moment. In spirit is saying, excuse me, how much peace is this bringing you? You know what I mean? I'm not saying to be disconnected 24/7 in every regard when it comes to every aspect of your life. I'm not saying that's productive or even the right choice, but there's something about you being too close to the outcome recently, or being too caught up in the details, focusing on things too much once again, where and just too connected, too intertwined with certain situations in your life, where they're saying being disconnected at certain points can have its benefits, okay? But watch your world change for the better is what I'm hearing. The Judgment card and the Justice card, so 4 major arcanas coming up in your reading to begin the tarot. And so it really feels like this is a life-changing kind of week for you, where your honesty will be playing into that as well. Where are you doing things too much? Where are you maybe not putting in the effort where you need to? I'm getting specifically somebody is needing to work out more. Somebody needs to switch up their day-to-day routines, or some of which. And so being honest with yourself as to where you're limiting yourself, where you're not assisting yourself enough, will be part of this week. But it also feels like you are wanting to say more than you're meant to, wanting to say more than you maybe can in the moment, but you're feeling as if that may play into justice that you feel you deserve, but it also feels like other people in your life are thinking about and maybe speaking upon around you and or to you about justice that they feel is needed within a situation, okay? But it also feels like Spirit, in certain ways, through different avenues, different forms, is giving you a sense of honesty and clarity to help you gain justice in your world in one, if not multiple ways. Little itches will happen on your body, different body parts. Trust your intuition, of course, but I'm getting that this could simply be a way for spirits to communicate to you, okay? Simply look up online the spiritual meaning of them. But when you feel depleted, Taurus, ask yourself, well, what have I been doing too much and or not enough of, which, once again, that's playing into this. But also, if it's simply because you work a lot, because you have a busy life, because things affect you negatively, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? And so it may push you to reevaluate or think about a different schedule, load on your plate moving forward. But they're saying just notice and remember where your control lies in regards to these things, because I do see some sort of Nine of Wands kind of energy at certain points. The Seven of Pentacles, and then pairing together the Six of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, because it's a week where you are watering what you need to. You're even putting in extra, maybe unnecessary effort in work, but it could be more necessary and important than you're realizing in the moment or even after the fact, and is leaving you with this sort of peaceful energy, peaceful rewards, even rewards that leads to peace after the fact. You know how, say, you gain money from your efforts, from your work somehow, and then, just an example, and then that leaves you feeling more at ease. You can even then with more security, and it's like it gives you the okay personally to then create peace and comfort and healing after the fact, because you have that money or whatever abundance that came in beforehand. Anyways, but it does feel like it's a week of gaining new money, to say the very least. But you are going to be thinking about giving birth to a lot of new situations. If you're looking to be big in this lifetime, for some, say, online, to be famous, to be worldwide, otherwise, they're saying if you intuitively have felt multiple times, even consistently for some, that that's meant to be, then it's coming. Don't stress it, okay? Do not worry about the timing either. But look at your options is what I'm hearing. I know this has been a very random, very constructive reading, but what else can you expect from my readings these days? But it is going to be a powerful, life-changing week where they're saying get your voice out there. You're the rock that you know you truly are, whether people want to admit this, remember this, or not. And just remember, again, you walk a very purposeful, very spiritual path. All right? So those are your messages for this upcoming week. I hope they were truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light.